If you had the power to turn back time, would you? Would you be willing to live your life all over again? Or would you rather just keep going? Just keep going just the way you are. I have no regrets. I had a really good life. I got to appreciate a lot of simple things.
Hello emotions, hello again. As every ocean come as rain, I know my circles, I know my name. Another sequel is on the way. Oh, oh, my love, reform and rise to be so free. In time we seize infinity. Growing love, growing love. Hello my borders, hello again. You're out of order, I'm out of pain. We're closing circles, we got no end. Another sequel about to land. Oh, oh.
Hey everybody, I am so happy to see you today. Thank you so much for coming back and seeing me and Desi. I hope you had a good week. You know, I had kind of a tough week, so that makes being here so much sweeter than it usually is. And usually it's pretty sweet, so thank you so much for being here. You know, I wanted to lighten things up a little bit right now and do something kind of fun. And this was kind of inspired by my girlfriend. We were having lunch and we were laughing about, you know, getting older. And she said, you know, all I really want is to look 10 years younger overnight. Is that asking too much? And so then we went and we watched about, I don't know, 50, 60 YouTube videos with that in the title. How to look 10 years younger overnight. And oh, we had the best time. But, you know, I ended up trying so many potions and concoctions and homemade masks. And anyway, so what I decided to do today is share with you the top 10 suggestions that I think really work. Now, I took the best of some of these random videos and then I listed the video below so you could check it out yourself, but I also added some things that I do that I truly believe in, and well, we'll just see, you know, how you feel about it. So the rule of thumb, basically, if we want to look younger, we're going to want glowing skin, and we're going to want our skin to kind of glow through our foundation. So it isn't so much we have to change our foundation, it's just we have to change the way that we apply it. Some of the foundations that I absolutely love that lets our skin shine through, the YSL, the Lancome Tint Adelaide. Two drugstore foundations that I absolutely love is the True Blend by CoverGirl. The other one, the Healthy Foundation by Physicians Formula. These are beautiful foundations that when applied with a little bit of moisturizer, in other words, 2/3 of your foundation plus 1/3 a moisturizer, oh my goodness, that almost turns it in to a BB cream effect on your skin. And yet you get the coverage that you want, the coverage that you need, but it gives you such an amazing glow. And when you're mixing your foundation with a moisturizer that you love, the longer that foundation is on your skin with your moisturizer mixed in, the better it looks on your skin.
Hey, won't you stay a little bit longer?
The number 2 tip is all about the eyes. And you know, people will judge our age on not our wrinkles, but by the darkness around our eyes and our uneven skin tone. So I think, you know, it just wasn't possible for me not to be using an eye cream, and a good eye cream. And I think there are 2 fantastic eye creams out there, and one is by Bobbi Brown, and the other one is the one that I use, and this is by Clinique. This is all about the eyes, and I use the Rich formula. But to me, there is no finer eye cream as the Clinique. It helps me with the crepiness around my lids. It helps me depuff around my eyes. It helps me with dark circles. It feels so luxurious. So any type of under eye cover-up is going to not crease, and the longer I have used this eye cream, well, the better it gets. This has green tea, caffeine, and shea butter, and St. Paul's wort. Yeah, just what we were talking about just the other day, how much we wanted St. Paul's wort. Anyway, St. Paul's wort is very interesting because that is a plant-based element that is used to treat leprosy and syphilis. Any type of skin disorder, St. Paul's wort is used as a treatment. So you find that in this particular eye cream. What does it mean? I have no idea. But along with the caffeine and the green tea and the shea butter, I thought that was very interesting. And you know, the Bobbi Brown eye cream that I know everybody loves too, the formula is almost exactly the same as the Clinique eye cream. But anyway, if you are interested in looking 10 years younger, pick an eye cream that works for you, and stick with it. And the other thing that you're going to want to stick with is something, under eye concealer that is going to help you with this inner darkness, your dark circles, and just helping you illuminate that area. You know, I think truly I am the queen of under eye concealers. I think I've tried them all. I always say that, but I swear I have. The one that I think knocks it out of the park is the Bye Bye Under Eye. And I know so many of you say, no, 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 that's not for me. It's too heavy. Oh gosh, it's too heavy if you overuse it. But I think it's dramatic, it's emollient, it's wonderful. It plays well with others, any other type of makeup you're going to put under it or over it. This is how much I use for both eyes, and that little area where my glasses sit and where I get a little red on the bridge of my nose, I get a lot red there. But it is a little bit sticky, and you're going to want to tap, 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 tap it in, and just use the tiniest bit. I honestly think, my theory on why Bye Bye Under Eye gets such a bad rap is because people use too much. And there's no reason why this is heavy duty. This is going to cover a tattoo. You know, time after time we are told, oh, you want to look younger? Go lose 10 or 20 pounds. You'll look younger. Well, that's not exactly true, because when you are, getting in your late 50s or getting into your 60s and beyond, sometimes losing weight actually makes our face look older. It's not so much that we have to lose weight to look younger, but what we have to do is reclaim the middle of our body. We have to project a silhouette, an image where our waist is smaller than our hips, our waist is smaller than our bust. So it doesn't exactly mean that we have to lose weight. It means that we have to reclaim the middle of our body. And how do we do that? I think a great way to do that is limit your carbohydrates, limit your sugar, and walk. Do you have 30 minutes a day? If you do, after you eat your lunch or after you eat your dinner, walk. Remember what our waists used to look like when we used to walk to junior high school or high school? We walked everywhere. And what was our waist? I don't know. Mine was like 20. So walking, going upstairs, going up hills, that's the best thing we can do to reclaim the middle of our body. So we don't have to be super thin. We just have to have a waist. The next tip I want to share with you is exfoliate. And you can either physically exfoliate your skin with some type of mask, or you can do a chemical peel, a chemical exfoliation. I don't think you have to run out and get one of those Dyson machines and vacuum out your pores all the time. I mean, you can certainly go pay for a treatment and have that done, but I honestly think a chemical peel or a physical peel every day or every other day is the way to go. That's what I do. That's what I believe in. And, you know, for years I would always hear people say, oh, you got to exfoliate. And I thought, why? What does that mean? You know, I didn't get it. You know, when we get older, our cells don't turn over like they did when we were younger. So we have this buildup of this, you know, dead skin, and it drags us down. It makes us look gray and unhealthy. Plus, when we put on our products that we love, they can't penetrate because, you know, we have all this dead skin on our skin. I don't really care what kind of pumpkin mask you use, but I really think that you should use one. I use this pumpkin mask by Andalay, and this is a glycolic acid mask. This rips my face off. This is not a fun mask. I rarely ever talk about it because this is very hot and uncomfortable. I keep this on my face for 15 minutes. And it can't go fast enough, but I find this mask to be extremely powerful. The second way that I exfoliate is a physical exfoliation that I use in my shower once a week. This is the Derma E Sea Salt Scrub. I do this for 2 minutes. This is very rough. I wouldn't dare use it more than once a week. The other chemical peel that I have used for a couple years now is the AHA 30% peel from The Ordinary. You know, the one where it kind of looks like you're putting blood on your face? But I actually have been out of that for the last few months, and I haven't been using it much. I have kind of replaced it with a cocoa sugar scrub that I use. So this is another physical exfoliant that I really love to use. Actually, this one isn't the cocoa one. This is the sugar one. This one is, it's different. It's not as harsh. It's not as dramatic. And the scent on this one isn't quite as strong as the cocoa. But the effect is still amazing. When you are physically exfoliating your face with sugar and cocoa or caffeine, it is truly a wow.
And I'll be coming home, and you'll be going strong, my love, if it is so real. And I'll be coming.
You know, if you spend any time at all watching some of these look younger videos, you're gonna come across what they call the miracle mask. You make this at home and you use a tablespoon of like coconut flour or rice flour. You use an egg and a tablespoon or two of Vaseline. You mix all those ingredients together. You slap it on your face for 20 minutes. And when you wash it off, you look younger. You look a lot younger. Well, so I did it. I made my little concoction and I slapped it on my face for a half hour. So what did I think? So we've got our coconut flour, we've got our egg whites. You can use the whole egg if you want to. And we have our Vaseline, and we're just going to mix that up. It takes about 2 minutes. Just washed my egg mask off. I had it on for 20 minutes and I gotta say, I love it. You gotta try it. You know, it really does 3 amazing things. It's kind of like a spa treatment, but the number one thing you notice is the hydration is insane. It's like, can you imagine using egg whites or egg on your face, but washing it off and then having your skin feel so hydrated? And that's what this mask is like. And it also took my red away, a lot of my red away, and my unevenness. It helped with that. And so that was pretty amazing. And then the last thing is my pores pores are so cleaned out that they actually look a little bit smaller. So yeah, that's a mask that I would do before I had a special occasion. It's a mask I'm gonna do now once a week if I want to look 35 years younger. No, that's not true.
I think that I lost my head, don't know why. Don't know why. I have realized when I'm with you, I wanna do what it takes to.
You know, it's funny they say if you can't be a good example, you can at least be a terrible warning. And as I have gotten older, two of my very favorite TV ladies have kind of served me as far as being kind of a warning to me of things not to do. And the two ladies are Aunt Bea from the Andy Griffith Show, and the other one is Mrs. Roper from Three's Company. Do you all remember those two ladies? Well, for me, you know, I'm 64, and when Aunt Bea was Aunt Bea on the Andy Griffith Show, she was like in her 50s. I'm like 8 years older than Aunt Bea was when Aunt Bea was Aunt Bea. So, and Mrs. Roper, she also was younger than me than I am right now. So I'm thinking, okay, what's going on? And I think these two ladies are brilliant as far as looking at what not to do. Mrs. Roper is a great example of someone trying too hard to look younger, and Aunt Bea perhaps is a great example of someone who isn't trying at all. I'm sorry, Aunt Bea. You know, the one thing that Aunt Bea and Mrs. Roper taught me is stay away from dark prints, dark polka dot dresses, dark striped dresses, dark paisley pattern dresses. It's just the kiss of death. I bought this dark polka dot dress to wear in a video, and I thought, oh, this is just gonna look so nice. And no, it doesn't look nice on me. It makes me look like I'm 100. I look like Aunt Bea. If I buy a tailored blouse that has a little lace collar, yeah, I look 100. You know, now here's a good example. This is a blue top, a blue dark top that I wore a couple weeks ago when I was filming, and I thought this was quite youthful. But the pattern, even though it's dark, it's a dark top, the pattern is very small. So maybe what I'm really seeing is that when you get older, maybe, you know, try to go for a more sophisticated look. You know, something that is sleeker lines, a sleeker cut.
Hey, won't you stay a little bit longer? I'm sorry, didn't mean to, but I heard you cannot undo it, so please stay.
You know, last week we were talking about confidence and, you know, did we struggle with it and were we ever told we were pretty? And I shared with you that I had not been told I was pretty until I was 19 years old, but thinking back, that's not true. I was wrong. You know, when I was a little girl, and I've talked about this before in my videos from years ago, but when I was a little girl, my Aunt Sarah would come and visit, you know, maybe twice a year, and, you know, sometimes, you know, she'd show up a little worse for wear. I didn't really know her background. Sometimes she'd show up with a car and sometimes not. But she was very thin and very wistful and very beautiful. She looked a little bit like Liz Taylor. But when she was there visiting, I loved every second of it. It was like magic. She spent almost the whole time on my mama's couch painting her toenails or painting her fingernails, coloring her hair, giving herself facials. She wore kimonos. She smelled so good. And she told me I was pretty. And she spent so much time with me every single day. She would paint my fingernails. She would paint my toenails. She would do my hair in every which way. And I got to wear perfume. And I can't tell you what an impression that made. It was like magic. she was so beautiful and so joyous, and she was always reading, magazines, movie magazines, and eating and enjoying life. And then she'd be gone. And I wouldn't see her like forever. And then like after 1966, I never saw her again. And the family was just kind of vague about it. And anyway, Aunt Sarah was something really special. So I finally learned from my great aunt in Chicago that my Aunt Sarah was a lady of the night. She was, I guess, a call girl. I guess that would explain sometimes why she looks so lost and sometimes bruised. But I found out that my Aunt Sarah, she passed away in 1966. She was in Detroit, and I guess she met the wrong guy. And she died. Knowing those facts, it doesn't change how I feel about her at all. She was beautiful, and she was magical. And they say people only remember the bad, that we only remember negative comments, that we don't internalize the beautiful things that people say to us. But that's not true. To this day, every time I open up a drawer of my lipsticks or my fingernail polish, I remember Aunt Sarah. I remember how she made me feel when she was making my nails pretty or letting me try one of her lipsticks. She made me feel so pretty. She still does. Hey everybody, thank you so much for spending this time with us today. I loved every second of it. If you have time, could you let us know in the comments if you had a special relative or a special aunt or someone in your life when you were young that made you feel special? Thank you so much for being here, and go out and have yourself a wonderful brand new week. And when you're done with your week, come back and see us, okay? Okay, it's a deal.
But can we just hold up, maybe stay up, try to make things right?